A good conscience is a continual Christmas. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Dost thou love life? Then do not squander time, for that's the stuff that life is made of. The only thing that is more expensive than education is ignorance. Beware of little expenses. A small leak will sink a great ship. 'Tis a great confidence in a friend to tell him your faults, greater to tell him his. Never leave till tomorrow what you can do today. He that can have patience can have what he will. Honesty is the best policy. 3 may keep a secret if 2 of them are dead. Energy and persistence conquer all things. How few there are who have courage enough to own their faults, or resolution enough to mend them. Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy and wise. Be at war with your vices, at peace with your neighbors, and let every new year find you a better man. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. Without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning. Do not anticipate trouble, or worry about what may never happen. Keep in the sunlight. Most men die from the neck up at age 25 because they stop dreaming. How many observe Christ's birthday? How few, his precepts? Justice will not be served until those who are unaffected are as outraged as those who are. Without freedom of thought, there can be no such thing as wisdom, and no such thing as public liberty without freedom of speech. They who can give up essential liberty to obtain a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. Happiness depends more on the inward disposition of mind than on outward circumstances. The Constitution only gives people the right to pursue happiness. You have to catch it yourself. Whoever would overthrow the liberty of a nation must begin by subduing the freeness of speech. If a man could have half of his wishes, he would double his troubles. Security without liberty is called prison. He that rises late must trot all day. Fear not death, for the sooner we die, the longer we shall be immortal. Wine is constant proof that God loves us and loves to see us happy. In this world, nothing can be said to be certain, except death and taxes. Life's tragedy is that we get old too soon and wise too late. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Lost time is never found again. All mankind is divided into 3 classes, those that are immovable, those that are movable, and those that move. For every minute spent in organizing, an hour is earned. It is better to take many injuries than to give one. He that speaks much, is much mistaken. The best way to see faith is to shut the eye of reason. Do not squander time, for that is the stuff life is made of. Don't cry over spilled milk. Content makes poor men rich, discontent makes rich men poor. Hardening the bad, is injuring the good. Wish not so much to live long as to live well. Well done is better than well said. Never confuse motion with action. Words may show a man's wit, but actions his meaning. We are all born ignorant, but one must work hard to remain stupid. Remember not only to say the right thing in the right place, but far more difficult still, to leave unsaid the wrong thing at the tempting moment. He who can have patience can have what he will. When you're testing to see how deep water is, never use 2 feet. To succeed, jump as quickly at opportunities as you do at conclusions. To find out a girl's faults, praise her to her girlfriends. 1 today is worth 2 tomorrows. A false friend and a shadow attend only while the sun shines. To lengthen thy life, lessen thy meals. Speak little, do much. You may delay, but time will not. He that is good for making excuses is seldom good for anything else. Search others for their virtues, thyself for thy vices. The heart of a fool is in his mouth, but the mouth of a wise man is in his heart. What more valuable than gold? Diamonds. Than diamonds? We must all hang together, or assuredly we shall all hang separately. What you seem to be really. Happiness consists more in small conveniences or pleasures that occur every day, than in great pieces of good fortune that happen but seldom to a man in the course of his life. If you would not be forgotten, as soon as you are dead and rotten, either write things worth reading or do things worth writing. When you're good to others, you're best to yourself. We do not stop playing because we grow old because we stop playing. Genius without education is like silver in the mine. Those that won't be counseled can't be helped. While we may not be able to control all that happens to us, we can control what happens inside us. Many people die at 25 and aren't buried until they are 75. Success has ruined many a man. Laziness travels so slowly that poverty soon overtakes him. It takes many good deeds to build a good reputation, and only one bad one to lose it. A new truth is a truth, an old error is an error. A man of words and not of deeds is like a garden full of weeds. A fat kitchen makes a lean will. Be not sick too late, nor well too soon. Fear to do ill, and you need fear naught else. Don't go to the doctor with every distemper, nor to the lawyer with every quarrel, nor to the pot for every thirst. A great talker may be no fool, but he is one that relies on him. Man and woman have each of them qualities and tempers in which the other is deficient, and which in union contribute to the common felicity. Glass, china, and reputation are easily cracked and never well mended. Don't misinform your doctor nor your lawyer. An old young man will be a young old man. A learned blockhead is a greater blockhead than an ignorant one. It is a common error in friends, when they would extol their friends, to make comparisons, and to depreciate the merits of others. Each year one vicious habit rooted out, in time might make the worst man good throughout. He's the best physician that knows the worthlessness of the most medicines. If a man empties his purse into his head, no man can take it away from him. An investment in knowledge always pays the best interest. Our opinions are not in our own power, they are formed and governed much by circumstances that are often as inexplicable as they are irresistible. Tricks and treachery are the practice of fools, that don't have brains enough to be honest. A penny saved is a penny earned. Hope and faith may be more firmly built upon charity, than charity upon faith and hope. When you are finished changing, you're finished. Having been poor is no shame, being ashamed of it is. Work as if you were to live 100 years. Pray as if you were to die tomorrow. I look upon death to be as necessary to our constitution as sleep. He that would live in peace and at ease, must not speak all he knows or judge all he sees. He who sacrifices freedom for security deserves neither. Common sense is something that everyone needs, few have, and none think they lack. Being ignorant is not so much a shame, as being unwilling to learn. The ancients tell us what is best, but we must learn of the moderns what is fittest. I don't believe in stereotypes. I prefer to hate people on a more personal basis. Rather go to bed without dinner than to rise in debt. He that is of the opinion money will do everything may well be suspected of doing everything for money. Content makes poor men rich, discontentment makes rich men poor. Employ your time well, if you mean to get leisure. A true friend is the best possession. If you would know the value of money, go try to borrow some, for he that goes a borrowing goes a sorrowing. If you would persuade, you must appeal to interest rather than intellect. The eye of the master will do more work than both his hands. Creditors have better memories than debtors. Hide not your talents, they for use were made. What's a sundial in the shade? When the well's dry, we know the worth of water. To the generous mind the heaviest debt is that of gratitude, when it is not in our power to repay it. A brother may not be a friend, but a friend will always be a brother. It is the working man who is the happy man. It is the idle man who is the miserable man. There is much difference between imitating a man and counterfeiting him. If you know how to spend less than you get, you have the philosopher's stone. No nation was ever ruined by trade. Better slip with foot than tongue. Speak ill of no man, but speak all the good you know of everybody. Educate your children to self-control, to the habit of holding passion and prejudice and evil tendencies subject to an upright and reasoning will, and you have done much to abolish misery from their future and crimes from society. There are 3 things extremely hard: steal, a diamond, and to know oneself. Where liberty is, there is my country. To be content, look backward on those who possess less than yourself, not forward on those who possess more. If this does not make you content, you don't deserve to be happy. Haste makes waste. I didn't fail the test, I just found 100 ways to do it wrong. Reading makes a full man, meditation a profound man, discourse a clear man. Love your enemies, for they tell you your faults. He that falls in love with himself will have no rivals. Don't throw stones at your neighbors, if your own windows are glass. There never was a good war or a bad peace. Tell me and I forget. Teach me and I remember. Involve me and I learn.